Hey everybody, I'm back. I'm glad you could join me for this video. So this here, this wedgie looking thing, when I first saw it I thought, oh, is this another one of those like routers? And then I saw this symbol there and I knew it had a hard drive in it because that's the Seagate symbol. So I looked at it, and lo and behold, it was only $5.99. And if I can hold this steady enough for you guys to see it, it's a 750 gigabyte hard drive in this form factor, designed as a backup device. So of course, for $6 I had to give it a shot. I thought, well, it might be shot, might be bad, but might not. I actually could test it by just plugging it in, and I could feel the hard drive and the light go on. So that was a step in the right direction. I thought, even if I had to replace the hard drive, which I have a ton of them, I could actually still use this thing. So, but I didn't have to, because here it is. This is the health of the drive. It's a 750 gigabyte hard drive. It's been running for, sorry for the flashing, guys. It's been going for, what did I just get here? 263 days, but it's only had like 45 power on, so that means most of the time it's sitting, running, and just doing nothing, because that's what these hard drives typically do. They sit a lot. There's not a lot of writing to them back and forth. It's just to back up files. And yeah, so there you go, guys. So this is my pickup today, and of course I'm using it on my laptop that I got yesterday, so that's great. It's working fine. So they call this a free agent, and it even had the install files with it. So yeah, so that's cool. And I think it has the backup software on it. But it also, and this is a caution to anybody who gives away stuff to Value Village, this person's whole life and their life of their family and everything else is on this drive, and their friends, and it's like a ton of files, which of course I'm going to reformat this hard drive once I get the software and the information, like the stuff that I need for the actual backup drive. I'm going to get that, but other than that, everything else is going, because obviously I'm not somebody who wants to steal somebody's identity or use their information anyway. But I just wanted to see what was on it, and wanted to make sure I could get the software off of it that I use for backing up the system. But yeah, like, look how much space. This is a 700, well, in this case it's reading 698 gigabytes, and there's only 334 gigabytes free. So you can imagine how much data is on here, their life, and like the person obviously went to college, and all their college courses, all their identity, personal identity stuff is on here. Too much. So kind of scary. People are doing this, not at least trying to, like, you could have, the person who gave this away could have easily just formatted the hard drive. That would have been the smart thing to do. So, you know, like, come on. So anyway, I'm glad that they left at least the software on there that I wanted. But, you know, get rid of your files, man. It's like, it's just way too much of your personal information on here. So that's it, guys. Just a quick video about my latest find. Oh, and I might as well point out here. So this is the device. So the last time I checked in with you guys about this system, it was at the point where it was just installing Windows. Well, now of course I've got it all set up, and I have all the drivers, so that's cool. So yeah, that's cool. And I think, let's see here, I did check I ran the Nova Bench. We won't have to run it. I can just go into, where's my files? There we go. I ran the Nova Bench yesterday, and it gave me a score, if it ever just blinking is really crazy. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't get that with video here. But anyway, this thing scored a solid 635. And the nice thing about it is the graphics were pretty good at 83, which is 263 frames per second in the 3D test. So across the board, it runs pretty well. The only problem is, if you didn't notice that before, let's just go in here. Since crystal disk info. Yeah, you can do it. Here we go. Portable. See, lots of problems here. So, reallocated sector count, current pending sector count, uncorrectable sector count, all showing up here. And you know, it's been powered on and off like almost 1,990 times, but actually only been running for about 5 days. So obviously turned on and off for short and used for short periods of time, and all that on and off, I guess, is affecting this hard drive. So far, I mean, it works. I've had hard drives with, you know, with complaints about cautions like crazy that have ran for years and years. So I'm gonna leave this one in. So it's one of the few hard drives I have that's like the thin variety. There was the thin hard drives from this period of time around whatever this was, I think it was 2015 or something, that were quite a bit thinner than the standard size hard drives. So your current, like if you buy a SSD in the shape of a hard drive, not like a, you know, the gum stick type, you basically are getting the thin model. That's sort of like the thin profile. But if you try and put a big one in this guy, the caddy, just it won't take it. So I only had one really thin drive I've taken out to replace. In another system, I used a SSD, and I don't happen to have any SSDs right now. I used the last one recently, so yeah, this should be fine. If it's Windows 7, it really doesn't benefit that much from having an SSD. If I had one, of course, I'd use it, and if I was putting Windows 10 on there, I'd definitely use it. You can't get by without it. But in this particular case, I didn't, so it is what it is. I'll use it until I need to replace it. And I guess that's really it, guys. So some sort of random back and forth from this thing. I think it's really, really cool find. I really appreciate having something like this, because what I do with it is I don't leave it hooked up to my system and back up every time I make a change. I don't see the point of that, because I can use a USB stick to back up periodically, once a week or once a day if I really was concerned about the files. But this is great for long-term storage, because this sort of thing, a hard drive, as far as length of storing data, it doesn't have the corruption problems that like an SSD will, sitting without being powered on. So this can sit without being powered on for, you know, years. Whereas an SSD gets kind of sketchy. And same thing with a flash, any kind of like USB flash storage. It needs to be basically refreshed from time to time. So this is a good, better, in a sense, better long-term storage device. So I wouldn't like have it hooked up like this. I would simply periodically just hook it up, do backup, full-scale backup, long-term backup, then, you know, do the periodic, like weekly, daily, whatever. I typically back up important files about every day, really, but it's just to a little USB stick and USB flash drive and a little thumb drive, you know, and it just makes sense that way for me. So anyway, guys, that's my little ramble. Hope you're having a great day, and I guess I need a thumbnail for this. So how am I gonna do this? How should I shoot it? How should I shoot my thumbnail? Should I go this way? Does this work? Yeah, that's probably good. This is about as good as it gets. Let's see if I can maybe lower it down here. There we go. All right, guys. See you in the next video.